Roo is North Wales, but it's nearer, it's not in the main kind of Snowdonia National Park area that a lot of the climbing is, so it's a little bit out of the way. It didn't get first ascent until basically near the end of last year, so it's quite a recent climb that's been developed. There has been a couple of other climbs been done on the same face, but the lower start, which is Roo, didn't get done until I think November of last year. So, and it's only had about 10 people do it so far. But it's been pretty well established in like the 11 territory. So grade-wise, it's definitely the hardest thing I've ever tried to properly do. It was something I spotted on Instagram a little while ago and thought, that looks quite my style, and it looks very approachable. It's long, it's quite a few moves. I think in total I do probably close to 11 moves, 12 moves in total for a boulder problem, and it's quite steep, but the floor goes like up with the angle, like 5'10" or taller. You can reach a lot of even the top holds of the climb, even from standing. Yeah, I've only had one session on it so far, going back in a couple of weeks to go and give it a couple of more sessions over a weekend. Hopefully the weather will be okay. Some of the moves are harder than the moves on the real thing, and some of the moves are easier on the real thing. It's largely because the angle is not quite as steep as the real one. The main face at the start, where you start the climb, is about 45, maybe even 50 degrees overhanging, and our wall is only 30, so the first move in particular feels really tough going to the undercling. And I feel like I could drop the first move if I stay strict to the movement of the real thing. Yeah, it's as close to the movement as I could make it, really, without making it fully the same difficulty. The top here is hard as well, compared to the top that's there. There is supposed to be about V7, and I did it in a few goes. It didn't take me very long, and here I still haven't done the top move. So I've used quite a few of the fluorescent orange ones. There are a load of holds that are my old holds from the home wall. I wanted to use them because there's a good mix, and I can get a good variety of different hold types, because some of the holds on the climb are actually really good. They're really positive, but then there is a few that are terrible. Yeah, I don't know if I'm warm for this yet. I'm only 5'8", so I think the box for Roo fits me very well. There's a really, really deep drop knee. A lot of other people that have now gone and done it. And there's some big names, like Leo Skinner's done it, Jack Palmieri, who have both climbed like V13, V14, but they're both about my height. Okay. And they've both said on UKC, on the like ratings things, that it's probably more like AA. If it's good crimps on quite steep terrain, I feel like I get away with it a little bit more, especially since I am shorter. Yeah. I've got small hands. Yeah. So crimps and quite bad holds generally will feel okay to me. Whereas if you put me on anything that's slopey, I immediately really struggle, as we know. On here, I've put it so the left hand you go to is more of a crimp than the real thing, but the crux hold on the left hand is basically a sloper. And at the moment, that is my complete stopping point on the real thing, because it's not a crimp that I can dig into. I'm talking about is this little orange just there. On the real thing, this is way worse than what this is right here. This little edge is probably about only as wide as about 1.5 of my fingers. Walk the feet round and heel to your own hand about here and come into the undercling, and there is about that much room. So that whole move feels about right. But the feeling of this move feels a lot different on this, because this is only about 30 degrees, whereas the main route is about 45, maybe 50. So you're really hanging. You can dig a lot more with the feet on this, so making that move feels a lot nicer on this than the real thing. I mean, I've not done the undercling move at all currently on the real thing. That's just totally, at the moment, beyond me completely. So yeah, I have done every move on this, and I haven't done every move on the real thing. I'm going to try and do this strict movement way, not the breaking the movement. Let's see how it goes. That top move on the real thing is not as hard as this, but the first, it's really tricky. So the first two moves, here to here, are probably slightly harder, maybe about the same difficulty, just because you're trying to stab up into the undercling. Because it's steeper on the real thing, you can kind of fall back into the undercling. And then going out to this is about the same. The main difference with this thing is that this you can get a lot more purchase on with the thumb, and that is way better. I wanted to do this so I could work out what I was doing wrong for the undercling move, because I haven't done the undercling on the real thing at all. Yeah. But I've done it from, on the real one, I've done it from starting here to that, and I've done it starting there and finish it. It's just basically from this, swapping the feet round and coming in. I haven't done on it. Yeah, I hit the lip really bad as well. I hit it like basically just my front two, so that felt good. I need to try and do that top move though, because I haven't done the top move on this at all yet. I was on that time as well. That is so hard. Well, that's the first time I've had actually all three pads on my fingers. Yeah, really solid. With the left hand, because it's a jug, well, it's a jug, but it becomes quite slopey when you get up high. Just fingers. Pretty much just finger strength. Oh, like nowhere near. Hey. That move is so hard. So hard. This is about the same as the real one. Actually, they all are. They're all quite good feet. Even this drop knee one here is like easily as big as this, if not maybe even a bit bigger, because the feet are actually really quite good throughout. Yeah. Just the hands almost become progressively worse. Oh, fingers are shaking. That first move is so hard. Well, I don't know if I'm going to repeat that. It's just such an awkward move. When we were setting it on Wednesday, I didn't do the move from the start to the undercling once. Not at all. The little crimp with the left hand and the right hand, I never reached the lip as well. So that first go was a really good go. Yeah, it's dialing it in, and you start to learn muscle memory of what you need to do when and where, and you do kind of become a little bit automatic. Sometimes it's not making a mistake on the move that you fall on, it's the mistake on the move before it, because then the setup is not the same.
Yeah.
And yeah, very, very common for you to do really well really quickly and then never reach that same point again for ages.
Yeah.
On the real one.
Final words.
Climbing's sick. It's great, it's just, oh, I can't wait to go back. I almost don't want to go and be able to do it anytime soon. I know that might sound really silly, but I don't want to go and do it in the next couple of sessions. I want to still have another like 5-6 sessions on it going forward, like through the winter, if I can get some good weather. It would be really nice to really piece it together. But I don't honestly think I'm anywhere near doing it right now. It just feels well beyond me. But that's good, that's what I wanted it for, so, yeah.